Happy birthday, everyone, and welcome to the Happy Birthday Podcast with your hosts, Jackie and Dan, the #1 podcast on ApplePodcast.com, dedicated to the birthdays you know and love. So without further ado, take it away, Dan.
Can you hear him at all? What's happening?
Yeah. No, we're talking about football.
Listeners, by the time you hear this, you might know Super Bowl 100 will already be come and gone, but we here are still taking bets. I believe tonight's tournament will be played by Kansas City's... Oh, God, that was a Freudian slip if I ever heard one. Fuck you, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I believe it will be played by the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Northern Michigan University Wildcats, making their first Super Bowl appearance. So we are just going to say, go Cats. Go Big Cats. And Jackie was saying that before the actual game goes on the TV, they have some sort of pre-game television show.
And here it is.
Wow, it looks like who? Oh, is that a Manning? Who is
both
that?
Mannings? They're doing the.
Oh,
kick.
they're Frenching.
They're Frenching.
The two brothers are French kissing on the line of scrimmage, y'all.
Scrimming
it up. Tell me when there's the line of shempage. You know what I'm saying?
Right now.
Do what?
I'm driving to the big game.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well,
almost there.
Sweet.
Is that at the Dome? Is it the Dome or is it down at Lambeau's?
No, it's down at Lambeau. I'll be kind of the correspondent in the field.
Okay. Can we get a play-by-play? Kicks, yes. Fumbles, flags.
I'll start with the play-by-play, kind of just on the traffic and the road conditions, and then we'll kind of go from there.
You gonna be home soon?
Yeah, like an hour.
Jackie, what is that? Before we get started, hey, this is the Happy Birthday Show starring Jack Lynn Lambert and Dan Yopasco. I might throw in with my name that my birthday is November the 8th.
My birthday is October the 12th.
I just checked my passport, which I have with me here. My birthday is actually November the 10th. Sorry about that, everyone. Speaking of checking things that are near you, Jackie, what is that just... Listeners can't see, but on the Zoom, what is that just to your right? Or your left? No. It's out of frame. It's on the floor. Is that a towel?
This?
No, I can't. You can't see it in the frame. It's below you. Is that a towel? What is that?
No, there's no towels on the floor. There's nothing on the floor.
Then what is that? It looks like there's like a wet towel or something.
What are you talking about?
Well, look over to your left, my right. Right? What is that? It's like some sort of rag.
It's just a little rag. It's a small rag.
Has it been used yet, or is it just there in case you need to use it?
You know what's funny?
Football?
There is a rag on the floor.
I knew it, Jackie. I was doing. See, that was a test,
cool.
And you failed.
It's a cool rag.
Jackie is holding up.
It.
It is the colors of the French flag, red, white, and blue, and it is a big towel that has smiley faces all over it. That's her happy towel.
And you know what that's for? Spills.
Oh no, J-Dog, have you broken the pledge?
No, because you said watering plants doesn't count, correct?
Oh, it's just from overfilling your... I also don't know if you ever you didn't ever take the pledge, I don't think.
Well, had I'd be doing a great job.
Paul probably knocked over a large root beer this morning by his bedstand. Oh my God! Listeners, he does have a root beer in his car. You might want to call me Claire instead of Dan because I'm clairvoyant.
Okay.
But don't call me Claire.
Okay.
No, I take that back. You can call me anything you want as long as you don't call me late for the Happy Birthday Podcast with your hosts, Jackie and Dan. The #2 podcast. Oh no, we slipped in the ratings. The #2 podcast on ApplePodcast.com. Just behind the #1 leading podcast in the world, Talk to Us, starring Hawk Tua. Yes, she has passed away, unfortunately, but the podcast is still up, so you can still listen to the Todd Powa Codcast.
Todd Powa, yeah.
Todd Powa. And it's not Todd Powa's birthday, Jackie. I'm so sorry to tell you that. Do we need any more explanation for producer Paul is present, but he's
driving in his car.
Yeah.
This is the third time we've had someone in their car.
Katie Yarl.
Senya's friend.
Oh, yeah. And now Paul. Well, I'll do one.
Listeners, if you're in the car, pull over. You shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. Pull over and sit still, put it in park till the podcast is over.
I'm going to say it is the birthday of Patrice O'Neill.
Wow. One of the
good?
leading hilarious woman haters of all time.
Oh, no. Is he?
I mean, I don't know.
Dang.
I guess listen to some of his comedy and make up your own mind.
Oh, I never have.
You B word. Well, he was on Arrested Development a couple times. You probably saw that.
Was he really?
Yeah, he did banana stand scenes.
Wow.
May I interest you in a banana this fine day, I believe he said.
No, yeah.
No, not Patrice O'Neill, but Jackie, you have something a little bit on the ball in terms of it's a fella. Some might say a feller.
Feller like a lumberjack?
Let me pull some information up because I will give you can I give you just a bald-faced hint?
Yes, please.
I doubt that you've heard of this jolly good fellow before.
Okay.
I doubt it. Okay.
Okay.
Because I hadn't. And I know a lot more guys than you do. If I haven't heard of someone, there's no way you've heard of them, Jackie.
Yeah, that's usually the case.
Is Paul going to be able to... I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he'll come in. He'll come back.
No, it does turn out this man born 11 February, think about that, 1933, was an Australian country music singer and guitarist known for his vaudeville style of comic, country and western and folk songs, his prominent teeth and goofy stage persona.
Keith Urban.
Very close. It's checking a lot of boxes. Same birth year, prominent teeth, goofy stage persona, and yes, Australian. But we're not talking about Keith Urban because as far as I know, Keith Urban is still alive. And correct me if I'm wrong. Is he married to Nicole Kidman?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's...
Because she was
Well, they're both Australian?
But she has a movie that they play like every time at the movies where she's like,
I just love the cinema.
Yeah.
I sneak a box of Junior Mints in through me big jacket that I wear.
Yeah.
And why is she promoting smuggling snacks into the theater, Jackie?
She has an eating disorder.
No, she doesn't. She's not big.
Do you hear that big truck just go by?
Speaking of... Was that Nicole Kidman walking by outside, or are you just happy to see me? No. It says here he left school at age 14 and found work cutting timber. So I guess he was a feller.
Oh, he was a feller. Okay. That's cool.
And I was attracted to this, not attracted like you'd be attracted to Nicole Kidman or Keith Urban, but attracted in terms of the way you'd be attracted to, say, like a Shemp or a Zeppo type of fella, right?
Cultural attraction.
If listeners don't know what's going on, this is the Happy Birthday Podcast and something that producer Paul, who is not, he was here, he's not here, it doesn't matter. You guys know what's going on with that. You don't need me to fucking spoon feed you. Though wouldn't that kind of be nice, listeners? Just me and you and a big bowl of soup. I'm spoon feeding you. Hot mushroom stew roaring over an open fire. Oh, Jackie.
Hobbity.
So there's a hint. I checked out some of this guy's music, and it is kind of hobbity hobbit music.
Oh, okay. Shire folk.
This person's lyrics use Australian slang, including Sheilas, Drongos, Dills, and Geezers.
Sheila.
What do you have to say there?
Geezer.
He was described as a, quote, Queensland hillbilly with a, quote, deadpan bumpkin style.
If I had a nickel for every dime.
Oh, you're in a band? Cool, Jackie. What kind of music do they play? Oh, it's like Deadpan Bumpkin.
Honestly,
It kind of
yeah.
is, dude. Please use that somewhere in the Beatrix promotional. Deadpan Bumpkin Rock.
Yes.
No, but can I give you a hint?
Please.
As of 2004, he had resided in Bleeblee, Queensland.
Bleeblee.
He also admitted to being a heavy drinker and smoker. So he liked to drink and smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And is Australian.
Narrowing it down for sure.
You want me to do the Marco Boogers strategy to you?
Sure.
Which is where you get the name, and then you know the name.
Right.
Big teeth,
Mm-hmm.
bushy tail,
Beaver.
and he first name is like if you see a modern day meme that is comparing and contrasting two sorts of men, one of whom is sort of, I don't know, sort of a producer Paul looking young man who hangs his head down and never gets any freaking nookie.
Beaver Wojak?
Close.
Is that his name?
No. Hey, Paul is back in the room. I speak of the
Hey,
devil. I
Paul.
just mentioned his name and he retained.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm giving Jackie some clues about Australian country music singer guitarist known for his vaudeville style of comic country western folk songs, prominent teeth, and goofy stage persona. His style has been described as Deadpan Bumpkin. And Paul, I know you were the one who sent me this guy. You probably don't even remember who he is.
Happy birthday to Deadpan Bunkin. And we will move on to Jackie's segment.
The hell?
I can't say the B word.
It's Deadpan Bunkin's birthday.
Bunkin's birthday.
Bunkin's birthday, and it's Super Bowl.
Happy birthday,
and we're
Bedpan Dumpling.
It's Bedpan Bumpkin's birthday, and we're watching Gronk do the kick of destiny. And if he wins, Donald Trump will promise gold to every American. But
Well,
you have
like
to
I
sign up
say-
for crypto wallet.
So it's not Beaver Wojak.
Close. His name is actually a lot more regular sounding than it should be for such a freakish clown. I will say this. He died on the 1st of January, 2025 at the age of 91, which, correct me if I'm wrong, would make him the first celebrity death of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
People thought it was freaking, who died recently? Bill Clinton? And we want to say thank you to Deadpan Blumpkin for being here tonight. Once again, thank you to Colin Quinn, who did a marathon 3-hour weekend update full of Elion Gonzalez and Monica Lewinsky jokes. Colin, come here. I want to kiss you. Oh, shucks. And I want to thank Donald Trump. Not for being here, but I just want to thank Donald Trump. Let's hear it. Standing ovation. Ladies and gentlemen.
Happy birthday, everyone.
Sword King 090 was first night in the cast, and he did a funny sketch about Dip'ems. No, his first name is like a meme of like a strong, powerful guy, and his last name is the same as the first name of the guy who played God of Bruce Almighty.
Chad.
I might be
Guy who
wrong about
played-
the last name thing.
The guy who played God was
He's the guy I'm thinking of with the first
Morgan
name.
Freeman.
Yes, Chad Morgan Freeman. Just
Chad
kidding.
Happy
Bump.
birthday.
Chad
Oh.
Morgan. And like I say, his Wikipedia article says that he liked to drink and smoke.
Yeah, that sounds like a country bumpkin. drinker,
Deadpan
smoker.
Blumpkin. Now you're
Yeah.
probably wondering, why the hell am I talking about an Australian Deadpan Blumpkin
Yeah, I
named
was
Chat
wondering
Morgan?
that. Chat Morgan.
You know what
Chad
attracted me to this?
Westmoreland?
You know what attracted
What's
to me to this? Westmoreland.
The Blumpkin, obviously.
What caught my attention about this famous jolly good fellow when producer Paul kindly sent me the information about which celebrity birthdays I could choose to discuss today, it was this guy's thumbnail. A
Okay.
picture of his, not his actual thumbnail, but a thumbnail sized picture of him. And I really make an effort not to talk about people's appearances, how they look
Right.
physically.
Yeah.
I mean, usually if we comment on someone's appearance, it's usually to compliment them, say that they're like a perfect 10 or even as low as like an 8 or a 9. Like Nicole Kidman is probably like an 8, right? Right, Jackie?
Yeah.
Well, this guy's an Australian 0 because Chad Morgan, with all due respect, and I feel comfortable saying it now because you died a few months ago, not less than 2 months ago, frankly. He looks like he got whooped with an ugly stick.
Jeez.
I'm surprised. He says that he liked to drink a lot, and he probably had to sneak up on the beer to get a drink of it because he's so ugly it would run away. You want to see a picture of this guy?
I guess this seems really mean.
That's Chad Michael Dumplings.
He's cute.
But I don't want to talk about his appearance. That's not what I'm here to do. Because that was what intrigued me. And I'm sorry, but he has these messed up teeth. These teeth, they're sticking out. I thought it was like, when I started reading his article, I was like, oh, it's part of his hillbilly costume, blah, blah, blah. It's vaudeville makeup. It's just the man's teeth.
That's fine. Some people
Listeners,
have
check
teeth.
it out. You'll know what I'm talking about. But what I want to say is I listened to some of his music and surprise, surprise, his vaudeville-style deadpan bumpkin music, it kind of struck a nerve with me. I kind of enjoyed some of it. Really? Can I email you a couple audio files?
Oh, yeah. I'd love it if you did, actually.
Oh, nice. Deadpan bumpkiss.
Bedpan bumpkin. Which one do you want first?
Let's hear the Chic of Scrubby Creek.
Okay.
One of his big hits.
Other shielders think I'm handsome, their fathers think I'm mad, their mothers think I'm a villain, but I'm
That's
just
enough.
a lovable lad.
It's offensive that you did that.
That's not me.
Show.
That's the real Chad Morgan, dude.
I know you're playing a bit. I know we're all supposed to crack up, but Dan.
I wouldn't do barking like that.
Culture.
I promise you, these are actual Chad Morgan hits, and you can go to any CD store and find out for yourself. Go down to fucking Best Buy and ask them, play that bit from the podcast on your phone and be like, is this really Chad Morgan? The Geek Squad will know. What do you say, Jackie?
Is this really Chad Michael Morgan?
I like the barking. I said.
I did too. Can we hear a little bit of, I think the next one is you keep your women, I'll keep me booze or something.
Ooh.
Happy birthday, everyone.
They say I'm a booze artist because I like my grog. They say that I'm a low-down thing, that I'm a drunken dog. But you can have your women, I'll stick to my booze. Women all want silly hats, they're always buying shoes.
Hell yeah,
hangs
that's enough
around
of that
your
one.
neck, but beer will
He says some controversial things we can't
They
even
do
play
be
him.
shopping. I like that. It's very
Says women be shopping, men be boozing song.
It's very Appalachian, Beverly Hillbillies. It's giving kind of Chapel Roan a little bit.
A little bit. Is Chad Morgan cunt? Or Brandt? Brunt Summer.
Yeah, he has another song here that say, I expect free nails from all nail salons. Like, yeah, I guess it is very Chapel. Very
She didn't
Chapel.
say that.
I expect free nails to be supplied to me on my tour.
So-
That's how you get exposure. And I pay an exposure.
Nails exposure. So I thought it would be nice. That was just a little flavor of Chad Michael Morgan, but I was so entranced by his style, I thought I would like to perform one of his songs in my own guitar.
That's cool.
Inside of it.
And this one it's kind of hard to find. This one's kind of an obscure one. It's called the Drunken Pig Farmer's Lament. That I'm going to perform for you here. And I'm gonna. Can you hear that? Okay. All right. Happy birthday, Chad Morgan. This is the Drunken Pig Farmer's Lament. Excuse me, one more time. One more time.
the crow of the cock. At the break of the dawn, I wake up in the mud wondering what's going on. Me drool and me sick a-running down my chin. I passed out pissed drunk in the pig pen again with a and a I live all alone and I live off the land. I suck down 5 loggers just to steady me hands. Me pigs are well fed, they don't need no slop. When feeding time comes, I just barf in the trough with a and a squeal and a Me skin has turned yellow and I'm covered in boils. Me eyes are blood red and me breeches are soiled. With the stench of the hogs and the smell of my bile, I stink up the outback for miles and miles. I haven't a shiller to have and to hold, so sometimes I'll eye up them oinkers bonk holes. But I don't root porkers, I leave them alone. Me donger couldn't get hard if it was made out of stone. I said with a hobberty do. One of these days my liver will quit and they'll find me face down in a pool of shit. So raise up a glass with a big pour of beer. I'll make one last toast to bring us good cheer. If I had a piglet that could piss this stuff, and I was certain he could piss enough, I'd tie him up to the foot of me bed and I'd drink from his ding-dong till we were both dead. I said and a
Good
That
stuff.
was amazing.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Deadpan Borland. Bumpkus.
Happy birthday,
Bumpus.
Deadpan Bumpus. What's his name? Beaver.
Chad Michael Bunkus.
You're gonna
Guys,
have
update on the Super Bowl. There is a player with the last name Bech. Batch. Back to you, Dan.
all right.
We're dishing out a football frenzy here on Guy's Grocery Games. These contestants have to create an awesome tailgate party and find the best value for their money. Judges?
NFL Red Zone, NFL Network, Big Ten, Pac-12, SEC Network, ESPN, and more.
You don't need to break the bank to have a great tailgate party.
That's off the hook. We got a winner. Every smart game plan needs Dish. Stick with Dish. The best football action at the best value. And don't miss Guy's Grocery Games Sunday night at 8, only on Food Network.
What was that song called again?
The Drunken Pig Farmer's Lament by Chad Michael Morgan. You probably were obsessed with Chad Michael Murray back in the day, huh?
He was a little too old for me. I was
Oh,
more
you
of
were
a
like,
Jonathan
ew, that
Taylor.
guy's like 30. Yeah.
Exactly.
Ooh. You guys ever drink enough coffee?
Cum?
Yeah, you guys ever drink enough cum that you think you can't drink any more cum, but then you keep sucking where the cum comes from? He's got a lot of songs, dude, I'm telling you.
I had a big cup of cum this morning and I'm feeling a little sick.
I
But
did
it's
a
Super Bowl
iced
Sunday, so we're
caramel
getting loose. And I got my
from McDonald's.
all my dips that I've prepared. I whipped up a French onion cum spread
You're obsessed.
with cum.
Yes.
No,
Just
I'm
onion
not.
cum.
Onion cum.
I didn't do any dips or anything like that.
I made a barbecue pulled pork yesterday.
I'm making crab cakes for dinner.
I'm going to predict it is the birthday of, and I've been good with my predictions. I called you out on having the loose rag. I called Paul out on having root beer, and I called Chad Morgan
Those
out
are
on being
both, like,
oogly.
High stakes, though.
Wouldn't it be
or low
ironic
stakes.
if it was Gronk's birthday?
Hey Siri,
you-
when is Gronk's birthday?
Are you doing
What
my
if they?
guess?
What if
Paul
they?
just stole my raw guess.
What if they roll out Gronk and they say, "Guess
no,
whose
he's
birthday
not
it is?"
71 years old.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's why he's so phenomenal. As people are so impressed with him on the gridiron, was because no one that old had played
This
football
girl
before.
does not know what's going on
You
today.
should see him at roast. He's so good.
Is there? Wait, I have a couple things I have to say.
About Gronk?
He was good at roast.
Yeah.
Is he as good as Jeff Ross?
Better.
Hey Siri, how old is Gronk the football guy?
Okay, I found this on the web for how old is Gronk the football guy. Check it out.
Okay.
Robert James Gronkowski, born 14 May 1989.
So close.
Wow, he's younger than Dan.
But Paul intercept. Yeah, but I've done more in my life than he has.
Yeah, but I done more.
Did I tell you that when I went to
Dunmore.
physical therapy, like the intake thing, they were asking me if I had any hobbies, and I panicked, and I was just like, no.
No, I don't.
I have
They
so
asked me
many.
that at normal therapy, and I said the
So
same
many.
thing. Like, you have any hobbies? I was like, actually, no.
Mm.
Not really.
I do like French onion cum and
I make French onion cum dip for the Super Bowl.
like. Have any hobbies?
But we don't have
Well,
cable.
I did spend a good chunk of my Saturday writing a fake deadpan bumpkin song.
Hey, on the parody song front, I guess this isn't really
Sure.
a parody song, but after last week, and I said that they did not want the plumbing rap song.
Yeah.
They have 180'd and they want it, baby.
Oh my
You're
God!
kidding.
We're moving forward with the only thing that they said is they want a verse in there where I go O-H-O-H-I-O because they're from Ohio.
Is this the original? The first one?
Yes, the first one.
Wow.
I am shocked.
I genuinely
Listeners,
am
if you
too.
want to hear this plumbing rap, it is on last week's Patreon episode, patreon.com/HBDPOD. But maybe
You
we
said
need to...
patreon.com. You did 100%.
You're
say
obsessed.
that.
You're obsessed.
Now you're the one obsessed who can't stop thinking about it. You can't stop thinking about dip.
That's true. Grab dip.
So you're making a crab dip cake?
Yeah.
Is it a normal cake with crab?
It's
or
like
are
a
you doing...
king cake because...
It's got a little baby in it, but it's a baby
king
crab.
crab's cake.
Yeah.
So not Gronk's birthday. Paul intercepted my raw guess, and I'll accept that.
It's not Gronk. It is a man.
man.
I just threw a flag down at Paul. I
Super
threw a
Bowl, man.
flag.
Oh man.
It's what? A football player, you said?
Nope. I said it's not Gronk. It is a man.
Well, I had a hard time hearing because Paul goes, Super Bowl, man.
Super Bowl, man.
Yell at me
Super
for
Bowl
not
Sunday, man.
listening when he...
Yeah.
Okay, it's a man, you said?
Yes.
Is he from Ohio?
Negative.
What did you eat? You did eat some dip. I heard that.
Please don't do that.
It makes me feel like I'm going to throw up when you burp in the mic like that, Jackie. Stop.
Same.
Especially knowing what you've been eating for Super Bowl Sunday.
Yuck.
Crab, onion.
Crab, onion, bumpkin. And...
Shut up.
You were saying Gordon Ramsay was at the pregame show? I heard that they had to take him out of the locker room and get his stomach pumped.
He had so much crab dip.
I can't breathe.
Don't turn your volume down.
I didn't.
Oh.
What's that beautiful painting on the wall behind you?
It's a towel.
It's like a...
This one up here?
No, can I just say what it looks like from here?
Dan doesn't want me to turn my microphone down.
Can I say what it looks like?
Are you talking about this one right
Yeah.
here? What is it?
It looks like a porpoise. And I mean this and not even trying to be annoying. It looks like a porpoise having its dick sucked by a tiger.
It does. And that's almost what it is.
Can I agree completely with Paul and let the listeners know that it also looks to me like there's lettering at the top? And first of all, these sexual animals are floating in outer space, and at the top it looks like it says BB King.
You're really close.
Okay.
What do we got?
It says Acid King.
Oh.
And it is a wizard riding a tiger.
Oh, I see it. I get
outer space.
I see what you're saying, but I guess agree to disagree. So,
And like the moon's in the background.
is this guy still with us?
Yes.
Is the jolly good fellow in the room with us right now?
No. He's across the pond.
How's physical therapy going?
So good.
Do they think you're crazy? Because they were like, do you have hobbies? How's your mental health? They shouldn't be asking you that at physical therapy.
They didn't ask me about my mental health.
Good. They're not going to like the answer.
She said, do you have hobbies? And I said, like physical hobbies? And she said, any hobbies? And I said, no.
Careful. Across the pond, Gordon Ramsay. I'm going to guess that he's 48 years old today.
He was born 11 February 1959. So quite a bit older than that.
How old is that? Is he 59?
That's the year my dad was born.
Wow.
62?
Thank you.
64?
When he's... I'm not going to sing that. 1959. Remind me that I wanted to talk about something that I wanted to talk about later in the Afterbirth show that I'm not going to be able to talk about because I needed to have audio prepared for it, but I might try to... I'll just play the... I don't know if I'm going to be able... Remind me that I want to do something that I'm not going to be able to do later.
He is a retired senior British Army officer, and he shares a name with a famous boy band member from the United States.
Oh, all right. I do know me boy bands. I know all about the Kingston Trio and the Four Freshmen.
You know the chop that they do, the tomahawk? That's offensive.
No.
Right?
Oh,
yeah.
It's not.
Because they're doing that all over the TV right now.
It's not. Trump's president. You can chop all you
want.
You can chop it up.
We couldn't
chop it up at the big game. Listeners, we'll be chopping it up at the big game. Tune in tonight. We'll be chopping it up with Gronk.
But when I went to a hockey game, like a local college hockey game, people were doing that. They were chopping like this, and I think it means something else.
That's the Wildcat chop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey Fat One.
No.
Okay.
He's the fat one.
Joey Fatone, please change that name to be spelled with a PH, because that's what I think of you, as you're the fattest, coolest member of that band. Lance Bass.
No.
That's Lance Bass.
Sorry. After him, because he's the bass player for 98 Degrees. Thank you for miming bass playing for me.
98 Degrees?
Ironically enough.
Temperature of my piss.
You're obsessed with secretions.
Yeah, calm down, dude. Freaking Super Bowl Sunday. I got Gronk on the tube. I'm trying to watch The Big Kick.
Jackie, if your French onion dip is sitting at 98 degrees, that is the danger zone.
I said my piss.
That's a euphemism.
Travis Kelce is wearing a 70s leisure suit with some sort of crushed velvet shirt.
Well, don't spoil it.
He's
Listeners.
not wearing pads?
God. Okay. No, I thought that was Taylor Swift.
Oh, he is putting the pads on?
They tricked me.
They made him wear the pads.
What the fuck was that?
Is he gonna put the pads on before the big game or what?
Men don't wear pads.
Sonny Bono.
Mm-mm.
Justin Timberlake.
No.
Nick Carter.
Yes.
All right. We were just talking a few weeks ago about the real Nick Carter, Jackie, and I am
Happy birthday, General Sir Nicholas Patrick Carter.
Shocked. I'm completely... Would you stop fiddling around? Jackie.
Leave me alone, you guys. Paul was literally driving a couple minutes ago.
I know, and I complained about that.
Why was that?
Oh.
For leisure?
Dip.
For fun?
He dips for the big game.
Oh my God.
I know you were already going to do a dip run, so forget about it.
I didn't even... The only thing I picked up was a root beer for my future wife.
Big root beer.
The last time I came home with root beer, and it was for cooking, she said, I wouldn't be mad if somebody picked me up a little root beer while they were out. And I said, really?
Passive-aggressive Pasco action. Love it.
I said,
Jackie.
Really? And I went like this. I said, really? So I grabbed her maple root beer from Sprector's.
From Menards?
Sprector's.
Sprector's is sold at Menards.
Sprector's is sold wherever root beer is picked up. for the big game.
Thank you for a word from our new sponsor, Sprectors at Menards.
And this week we are brought to you by Sprectors Soda. You can buy Sprectors in root beer, but they also have Diet Lightning, and they have Diet Right, but they also have full flavors like Dr. Bird.
French onion soda.
French onion soda. And Gronk's Big Soda.
And shout out buying soda at a place that you probably is a weird place to buy soda, like Menards, or even Goodwill has some Coca-Cola at the cash register. Listeners, comment below if you ever bought a Coke Zero at Goodwill. Jackie, I want to hear your thing about Joey Fatone, please.
Menards sells DiGiorno as well. I just want to get that in.
General Sir Nicholas Patrick Carter, GCB, CBE, DSO.
Oh,
He's a
CBE.
retired
Wait, what was that?
senior British Army officer. It's not chords.
Oh.
Who served as Chief of the Defense Staff from June of 2018 until November of 2021. Nick Carter served as the bass player for the Backstreet Boys from 1992 to 2011. Now, it can be hard to tell these two people apart. So, I'm going to kind of see if I can test Dan's knowledge of Nick Carter and play a little game that we've played before. Who said it, Michael Jackson or Michael Jackson, Nick Carter edition?
Okay, wow. I'm glad that the real Michael Jackson is not going to be involved today, but I will try to embrace Nick Carter with open arms.
So, you know how the game goes. I'll explain it for the listeners. Basically, I'm going to read a quote that was said by either today's Jolly Good Fellow, Nick Carter, or the other Nick Carter, Aaron Carter's brother. Who said it? Nick Carter or Nick Carter? As long as you're having fun and still doing stuff, it doesn't matter what people think.
Well, I kind of want to bring it back to the origin of this game and say Michael Jackson, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was Nick Carter, our Nick Carter.
That is correct.
Okay. And it's so true.
All right. Who said it? Nick Carter or Nick Carter? We've had 100 or so soldiers deployed on a mission in Poland, over 200 in Africa and the Middle East.
This one's a little trickier, but I feel confident in saying that was Nick Carter.
That is correct.
When the Backstreet Boys were touring the USO tours during Iraq.
All right. Who said this? Nick Carter or Nick Carter? I used to draw my girlfriends. I think one of the most romantic things that anyone can do is draw a portrait of the person you love.
Napoleon Dynamite.
No.
But are you impressed by how quickly I connected that to that scene in Napoleon Dynamite? At least give me a point for that. Nick Carter.
1 point. That is correct.
And I pledge to take the Carter challenge. I will try to draw a picture of my wife for Valentine's Day this coming Sunday, Friday, Saturday, whatever it is.
All right. Who said it? Nick Carter or Nick
Friday,
Carter?
I think. It's on Friday.
We've got the battle group that's deployed in Estonia, some 800 soldiers with our important allies, the French and the Danes.
Wow. Can you bleep that last?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Thank you. Nick Carter.
That's correct.
What I'm learning about the British military is it doesn't sound like they're sending enough guys to any of these places to do anything meaningful.
We've got
We sent
400 soldiers on the
35
continent of
guys to
Africa.
a country to wage a war. No wonder they always need help. They're always in some sort of jam, and they need us to come save the day. The big eagle.
I will
of
say
America.
we sent, yes. 25 gentlemen down to Belarus. They do not have weaponry, but they are on horseback.
This next quote
So,
kind of ties into all that. So
they
who
make a
said
lot of
it?
noise.
Nick Carter or Nick Carter? I try to be bad, but nobody will let me.
That sounds like something you would say. A French Nick Carter.
Yes. Okay, what other quotes can we pull here? Okay, who said it? Nick Carter or Nick Carter? I think the characterization. Who said it? Nick Carter or Nick Carter?
Jackie said that. I think the characterization.
I think the characterization I would say, of the world at the moment is the defining condition seems to be instability. So for the British Army, I'm afraid there are always going to be a lot to do.
Wow.
So, who said it?
It's not like he had a big pour of ale before he gave that quote. Hey, the world is unstable, but it's all going to be up today. We sent 12 of our boys down to South America. They're not there yet, but they'll be giving them a good cod swallowing. Nick Carter.
Nick Carter. All right. Who said it? Nick Carter or Nick Carter? I can be shy when I talk to women. I am a shy dude.
Paul.
Nick Cartier.
Oh, I meant that was a Paul quote.
All right, who said it? Nick Carter or Nick Carter? I'm an old rock and roll buff. I love Bruce Springsteen and Tom Petty.
Whoever said that, I want to fucking strangle to death because that is not old rock and roll. That is new rock and roll. Old rock and roll is like Jelly Roll Morton, Boogie Woogie Red. That was Nick Carter. He's an idiot.
That's correct. That was Nick Carter.
Big box.
All right, we've got a few more in the Michael Jackson Nick Carter challenge. Let's keep it rolling. Who said it?
Jada
Nick
Hutt,
Carter
someone like that.
or Nick Carter?
Okay.
I don't want to die.
Glad you gave. Well, I know for sure it was no one in this Zoom meeting right now.
Correct.
So we say Nick Carter.
It was Nick Carter.
And listeners, dial 988 if you need help. Siri, dial 988.
No. Who
Next,
said it? Nick Carter
go.
or Nick Carter? At any one day, we've probably
slow down a
had
little bit?
25,000 or so soldiers ready on stand for operations.
So there you go, Paul. There's 25,000 of them ready on stand. It's just, let's send about 8 of those down to Germany, and the rest of you just hang tight.
You know, and I've been watching that SAS Rogue Heroes show on MGMT.
SAS. Yeah.
And that does seem to be the case for pretty much everything that they did. They send about 35 guys to a country, and you guys sort it out. Pretty cool. It's a good show.
MGMT made a World War II documentary?
It's MGM Plus, but I've been calling it MGMT.
Because you have a sense of humor, kind of.
Yeah, I'm like a joker.
Okay, who said it? Nick Carter or Nick Carter? Without Ace of Base, I kind of feel like the Backstreet Boys would have never found their sound.
Wow. Nick Carter, the British Army general, said that.
That is correct.
And Paul, you are more of a joker foile douche.
Yeah.
Who said it? Nick Carter or Nick Carter? I wanted to be at my sister's funeral, but my family has always had a complicated dynamic.
Oh, it was too early in the morning. Nick Carter? I don't like that
That's
quote.
correct.
What a douche.
Without our families, frankly, this system wouldn't work and our soldiers wouldn't be able to do what they do.
What do they do? Hang
Ready.
around? Eat meat pies? Nick Carter!
That is correct. Thank you, Nick Carter. All right, who said it? Nick Carter or Nick Carter? It's kind of weird because I look at myself as just a normal person.
Those are my two choices, are Nick Carter, Nick Carter.
Yeah.
What did you get from McDonald's?
I already told you, iced caramel coffee.
But you got food too.
Iced caramel coffee.
Caramel coffee.
That's my breakfast.
Colonel coffee. Nick
Who said
Carter's.
it?
Nick Cart. Nick Carter.
The last one. The last person I date is some rich kid who's had everything handed to her on a plate. Give me a normal girl any day.
That is lying through his teeth, Nick Carter.
That's correct. You
the
have
worst
completely
Carter
won
brother.
the Nick Carter
What?
challenge.
Did I get 100%
You-
correct?
Yes, and you win a little statue of Michael Jackson.
Oh, thank you. It'll go really nice next to my towel that's on the floor and my French onion dip, which is in the towel that's on the floor, if you know what I'm saying. And right now, we need to take a minute to just kind of do some stretches, clear our heads, watch the rest of the Super Bowl. The Wildcats are down by 224 points, but I think they can come back if Wildcat Willie just goes out and jazzes up the crowd a little bit. And I will say to anyone that's been to an NMU hockey game, I don't know if they have changed the rules now, but Wildcat Willie, please, hands to yourself. I do not like non-consensual touching by a mascot.
I do not like mascots.
This is where the fun begins.
8 Triple G winners compete.
Like this.
And put their summer grilling skills to the test. Set your DVR.
You guys feeling the heat?
Season premiere, Guys Grocery Games, Summer Grilling Games. Wednesday, July 8th at 9 on Food Network. Set your DVR.
I don't see any fire damage in that room at all. It looks pretty clean. No smoke.
No smoke. We keep it on the outside. You know, there's an air purifier running. Everything's perfect.
Wow, that's
well,
great.
if I know you as the way I think I do, if there's smoke in that house, it's going to be not from wildfires, but from a little stinky dinky. If you know what I'm saying.
That is, if you know anything about Ben, and that is what I always tell people, he's known for this. He's like a huge weed guy.
Right. I like to do those cartoon the hoops. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I call you kind of the Seth Rogen of the people I know.
Of Los Angeles.
Yes, the Seth Rogen of Los Angeles.
Yeah. Who? If you were to think of the other Freaks and Geeks cast or Knocked Up cast, that whole area.
Yeah.
Where would you be? Who would you be?
Paul would be the McLovin. That's not the same thing, but
you don't think
Paul's
I would be
McLovin.
Jonah Hill?
Ooh, you might be modern day Jonah Hill. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Jonah Hill.
I'm not fat.
And I would be. Who else is on? I'm kind of like a James Franco type.
Oh yeah.
Because I do things that kind of cross the line sometimes in my personal
Yeah, I don't
life.
think you want to cross them in that way.
Well, not like bad, just like I wish you hadn't said that to me, that kind of stuff. Like that hug went on for a little too long. This isn't funny. Anyway, Seth Rogen is here, ladies and gentlemen. Our first ever time. Oh, Seth, I know you're coughing. I know it's not COVID because I know that you just got your booster this morning. I think you're coughing up a little bit of a stinky dinky. Is that?
No, I was trying to laugh. That was my laugh.
Oh, okay.
My
no.
attempt.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I don't want us to get flagged for misinformation. It's not Seth Rogen. It's not Joe Rogan. It's not Seth Green. It's not Tom Green. Though wouldn't that be great if all those guys were here? But none of them are. It's just Ben Van Howell.
Hello, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Just.
Yeah. Well, just because you're not. Those other guys, that would, Come on, Ben. If you were you, who would you rather have on your podcast? You or Tom Green?
I mean, I wouldn't mind Tom Green. Out of all 4 of those, that would be maybe the least painful.
Yeah. So let me rank them least painful to most painful. Tom Green.
Mm-hmm. I think Seth Green maybe would be third least painful.
Third least painful.
Yeah.
Where's he on your list?
Who, Red Green?
Yeah.
Oh, he'd be the best. The best.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Shit. All right. Well, hi.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to be back. Hope you're all well.
It is
doing okay.
It's nice to have you back, listeners. If you don't know, Ben is a close friend of all of ours, and just to get a little perspective on how small the world is, how small Marquette is, how small this podcast is, I drive Ben's dad's car. I'm dating Dan's sister. Jackie's my cousin.
And Spencer Higgins is downstairs making some ribs.
What?
Spencer.
We got Spencer making whips.
Oh. Yeah. Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So
fuck. Now I know where that smoke's coming from.
Yeah. The smoked meats. Yeah.
Fuck.
Hell yeah, dude.
How's he doing them?
He's doing them slow. He's doing them right. Ovens at 350.
That is great news. Wow.
Wonderful.
Fuck, I'm not even ready to keep going now. I'm so thrown by this.
If you need to take a lap around the house, Dan, that's fine.
I might need to go just stand out in the yard for a minute and think. And speaking of how small everything is, no pun intended, Ben, you've been with us a couple times, and I was out of curiosity. I was like, when was the first time? Yeah, episode 8.
Damn.
Wow.
I was on episode 8?
Yeah. That was...
Damn. That's amazing.
We were like children back when we started that. We must have been like 12 years old, right?
I know. Yeah, no wrinkles. Everyone looked supple, pristine.
Now I'm a wrinkled mess.
Ben, by the time this comes out, everyone will know. But who do you like in the big football game today? Do you like the Kansas City Chiefs or the NMU Wildcats?
I've always been a fan of the electricians, but
yeah,
the Tros.
Yeah, the Escanaba Crows.
Oh, Escanaba should change their thing.
I think so. I think that's got to be next. Because that one, with the Redmen, the name is more offensive, but with Escanaba, the image, the caricature is horrible.
Escanaba, Michigan High School, ladies and gentlemen, look it up. I don't even know if is it it's the Escanaba E words, and it is like a 1950s Chinese guy in a coat.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
it's
but
not great.
Yeah,
but
and
they're learning and they're growing, and it's going to be illegal to change mascots soon. And soon, legally, the Marquette Redmen will be reinstated, and we are looking forward to that.
A picture of Margaret Brum next to Trump holding up an executive order.
They've reinstated Marquette Redman as the permanent mascot, so that's something to look forward to.
Redman, yeah.
Ben, what do you have to look forward to this holidays or this
Super Bowl season?
Yeah, thank you.
Super Bowl season. I mean that's a really good question. I heard TV's getting really good.
Oh,
but
what are you watching?
I haven't been watching anything. I've just heard that TV's getting really good.
Okay,
like the quality of the image.
The image quality, yeah. Not the
lumens, the pixels are getting out of control. Some of the ratios we're seeing.
Yeah, some of the pixels are getting even smaller. There's also guys driving.
What's that? Oh,
did I get you to watch that? Did you try Triple G out?
I listened to. I didn't watch it. I just listened to it. I put it on in the car.
You listened to the Guys Grocery Games podcast.
I tried to tell Ben about Guys Grocery Games the last time we saw each other, and he.
Why are you doing that?
It's really good. It's a good show. Melissa and I watch it for an hour every day.
You don't need to talk to people about that.
You can talk about it.
Keep it to yourself.
It's an open secret.
Guys Grocery Games is an open secret. All right.
Yeah.
Can we just take a minute Paul, do you want to take a minute to just let the listeners know about this show so that we can just finally clear the air on Guys Grocery Games?
Yeah,
actually,
stage.
I'm not even kidding about this. I have been fantasizing for weeks now about doing like a deep dive into Triple G and maybe trying to write like an entire hour worth of content where I can just talk about this show and explain it to people because it's so fascinating to me. But what it is, it's a grocery store cooking show, and it's a cooking show that takes place in a grocery store. You got 4 contestants, 3 judges. They cook the food, and the final chef to make it through the 3 rounds gets a chance to win up to $20,000 in a shopping spree. No more complicated than that.
And Guy Fieri is part of the cast,
Guy
right?
Fieri is a host of the show.
Oh. What are some of the problems that people could encounter? Like the grocery store is closed? Or...
It's always open because
okay.
The first season, I think, they filmed at a real grocery store in Los Feliz. But
Are you near Los Feliz, Ben?
I'm about a 10, 15-minute drive from that grocery store.
Wow! So you could go down there.
Ben's Grocery Games. Let's make it happen, listeners. But before we do that,
But due to it being too far away from Guy's house, and because he had too many other TV shows and scheduling conflicts, they built a grocery store by his house to film this show in. So it all takes place in a fake grocery store.
In Victorville?
I don't know. Probably up in the mountains, in the beautiful hills.
can I ask you this, Jackley?
Yeah. Lee.
Do you know any other birthdays people today?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Because I want to we're talking about Guy's Grocery Games, but we want to give Ben a chance to win $20,000 and a fake grocery store.
We have 20 grand. I'm holding it in my little hand right now. If you
She
can
does have little
guess
tiny baby hands.
the name of this. Oh, this is a good one. 9th governor of Alaska.
The 9th governor of Alaska. I'm going to need some hints. I mean, are they...
She's a woman. She can see Russia from her front.
Oh, yeah, Sarah Palin.
Step.
I
That's
just
correct.
I figured the 9th, that sounds kind of crazy, right? But I guess Alaska isn't that old.
I had that
I have
same
no idea.
thing going through my mind just now. I was like, they must be on like 100 governors right now. But I guess if you become a state in 1959, shout out, then yeah, you know,
is that when old Sewer bought it?
What?
Sewer's Folly.
You're more of a history buff than I am. I don't
The
understand.
heck are you talking about?
Seward's Folly. I think that was buying Alaska.
Oh.
Listeners, if I'm wrong, leave a comment on Spotify.
You say Sewer's Folly. I thought you had some sort of issue with your plumbing tank, toilet tank.
Yeah.
No, I got
You
septic
had some
tank
follies. Well, that's great. Sarah Palin. Jackie, you were telling me off mic a few years ago that you do a great Sarah Palin impression. Can we get a taste of that right now?
Never said that, and I would never do that because
I
I
can
am
pull
great
the position.
Do have the audio
great
from
sling
Nailin' Palin. If anyone wants to hear that.
I might have been confusing you with when I hung out with Tina Fey.
Yes,
30 Rocks.
that would make sense. Yeah.
She's like, I can see Russia from my apartment. Ooh, I'm hungry. Anyone else hungry right now, gang?
Get a snack.
Spencer's
can't.
making ribs.
I know. I can smell it through the Zoom.
It smells good.
God damn it. And can I also say today is the birthday of another Republican superstar that I would like to give a big hand to, but he might have to ask me to do it first. I want to give him a big round of applause, but I don't think I would do it until he asks me to do it.
I want to give him a big round of applause, but you have to ask him.
Please clap.
Maybe you don't know about this thing I'm referencing.
Does he have hands?
Oh, he's got little hands. Yeah, he's got hands. They're not going to have a Republican superstar with no hands. Politician, former governor of Florida. He has a brother who is much more famous of politics.
This is Jeb.
Jeb! Bush.
Nice.
Well, they had John McCain. He couldn't look up or down. He just.
That's true. That is true.
What?
Yeah.
Well, he's saying there can be some Republicans with deformities.
Yeah, because Vietnamese ripped his shoulders out.
Oh, sure.
I saw where he was kept when I was in Vietnam.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, you and Dan both served in Vietnam or went to
visited.
Yeah.
Yes.
I served a visit there in the year of goddamn 2017, I think it was.
Yeah.
When were you there? The same
Did you really
time?
go to
and
a
you didn't
torture dungeon, Ben?
I was there. Like you kind of lose track of the days, but I think I was there 71 to 72. 72.
Sure.
Okay.
In Vietnam proper or Laos? I know you're not supposed to comment on it. Cambodia.
No, Vietnam proper.
Okay.
But what they were doing was a bit improper.
I'll say.
To say the least, sure.
Say the least.
You got to do the McCain experience? I didn't know that you could.
Yeah, it's immersive.
Wow. I look forward to. I heard that famous YouTuber Mr. Beast is going to be doing the John McCain challenge in Vietnam, and if he can complete it, he's going to give himself $10 million.
A chance to do a shopping spree in a Vietnam grocery store for a chance to win up to.
I went wild in a couple of grocery stores in Hanoi. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Yeah.
I was
What'd
going
you get?
crazy. I was like, I got chips that were different flavors that you can't get here in the States. I'm talking meat soup flavored chips.
Meat soup? Okay.
Oh, big time. And I'm not going to lie to you, some of the languages they were using on these packages were not what we use for letters. So I had to keep going to people saying, what is this? What is this? What is this? You know, because I don't know. Sure, it looks like a baguette, but how can I be? I don't want to talk about this. I do want to talk about Jeb Bush, number one. Two, I want to talk about that fucking taxi driver that pissed me off in Hoi An, but I've been through that before. Ben, did you have any taxi drivers that pissed you the fuck off in Vietnam?
I never did, no. I was mostly
Okay.
good.
Well, it sounds like I was more in the shit than you were over in Nam, because I had this fucking dude. We're in this little town on the coast called Hoi An. Great place. Listeners, shout it out. Mention my name. You'll get a good seat. But there is this, like, it's a small place, and we're staying in this little bank of, like, sort of hotels, bed and breakfast. I don't know if they call them bed and breakfast there. They probably call them something else. I don't know. But there's that part of the town, and then there's down one road. There's one road where you go into the little downtown part. Cool, there's stuff going on. Puppet shows, street food. Great, a lot of fun. And we have a business card for the place we're staying, which is, again, just 10 minutes down the street. We show this taxi driver the thing, has the address on it. He's like, oh yeah, I know where that is. He puts it in his GPS. And then when we're around the goddamn hotel area, I know we're like within 5 blocks of where it is, and he's just going in circles, can't figure it out. He's got his Google Maps on his phone, Ben, but he keeps looking back at me like, this way. Like, I know.
Yeah.
I know I seem like I'm from here, but surprise, dude, I'm not. And I know it sounds like he's giving me the runaround to, and maybe he was, but at a certain point, he turns off the meter. So I think it was not even about, like, trying to get more money. He just didn't know where he's going.
Oh, my God.
And, yeah, no one likes that story.
Fuck that guy, honestly.
If he was from a neighboring country, though, imagine it might have been his first day in Vietnam.
It could have been.
Because you wouldn't have known.
And I know this is going to make me sound like a bad American man, but goddamn, everyone that I spoke to spoke some degree of English. Thank you. But this guy didn't. We could not communicate. He's looking like, this way, right? This way? Oh, I had to go to the bathroom, and he was giving me the runaround. So
yeah,
don't worry. I'll edit that whole thing out.
No.
You better not. You better freaking
I got sucked into a con in Thailand.
A scam?
Yeah, it was like a scam, but there's so many levels to it, and they're so good at them.
Can I hear?
Yeah. But like, there's a reason people call it con artist. There's an artistry.
Yeah.
Afterwards, you're like, oh, you are an artist. Yeah. That wasn't just like a prank or anything. Basically, in Bangkok, this old man met me and my friend outside. I was like, yeah, today's Buddha Day. There's discounts, and this guy will help you out. And then we're tooling around. He brought me to this Buddha, this gold Buddha, and he's like, today's Buddha Day. I should have been suspicious because there was nobody else around. But they took us to this gold Buddha, and we're like, touch the Buddha, pray for Buddha Day. And they're like, yeah, there's a bunch of discounts at different tailors, so we're going to take you there next. And we're like, we really just want to go to this museum. And they're like, well, there's a few stops on the way because it's Buddha Day and there's discounts. And you like deals, right? I'm like, yes. So they take us to this tailor, and then we just see a bunch of other Australians, Americans, just looking really confused and upset, being measured, pants, shirts. And they said suits, pants, shirts, they're tailor-made. And my friend spent about $900 on a suit. And I was like, this must be legit then, because my friend isn't really alarmed. So I bought a pair of pants. And then they were like, there was like no refunds, all this, all these sketchy things. And I was like, okay.
The times in my life where I've thought like, this must be okay because my idiot friend is doing it too.
Yeah.
Sometimes Josh Limata.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if he's doing it, we're smart, right? Wow. So you got taken on Buddha Day.
And then my friend looked it up a few hours later, and it was step by step exactly what happened to us, down to the same old man.
Oh no!
Like, this is what they do.
Kind of cool though.
That
And it
is,
showed every step of the con, and I was like, yeah, that guy said that thing. This guy said that thing. They took us here.
Love that.
And then a bunch of Reddit comments. They were like, who is dumb enough to fall for this? To rub it in.
You got hustled for slack.
And that Reddit thread, user BVH69 is like, I don't think you have to be that much of an idiot, actually.
Yeah, it actually happens to a lot of people I heard. So
smart, nice guys
downvoted.
like you and me. Downvote.
Yeah.
No gold for you, sir.
The pants showed up a month later. The slacks arrived.
Ben, do you still have those pants?
Yeah, they're hanging up, but
Nice.
I've put on. I went home for the holidays and I ate a bunch of pasties and.
Oh yeah.
Pants don't fit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it'd be a risk to wear them in public, and I don't know.
Well, God willing, we'll have you get on sometime and we'll have you do a little fashion show for us. And we won't even record it. We'll just enjoy you trying on some of your different clothes.
Yeah, we'll use Zoom after dark.
Yes. Do you have any events pulled up, Joshua Paul, or are you kind of just sitting this one out?
I'm checked out. Yeah.
Oh, the Jeb Bush thing though. Do you know the please clap thing that I was referencing? That's classic Jeb Bush.
You told that room full of people, please clap.
Would that have been 2016?
16, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get people.
He
was trying to get people jazzed about his presidential run, and he was giving some speech, and there was like he hit the crescendo where you're supposed to applaud, and he goes, "Please clap," because no one was clapping.
I just remember the exclamation point.
Yeah, and I think, in fairness to Jeb Bush, I always want to be fair to the whole Bush family, especially those daughters. If you know what I'm saying, Ben knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, I think he may have asked people to hold their applause for a while, and then was like, now you can clap. But I think putting yourself in the position of getting a soundbite of you in a room full of people saying, please clap, is like...
it's a tough look.
Not the best, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got for us, Joshua?
Check this out, Ben.
Fly like a bird, I wanna fly away. Thank you, Josh.
Ben, I got one more for you. Can I do one more? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Norwegian musician, writer, and convicted murderer.
Oh, you should know this, Ben.
Person.
Yep. But his name of?
His actual name?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I completely forget.
His first name sounds like, first of all, I guess Burzum, cool music if you like that kind of stuff. But this guy, kind of a bad egg, right?
He was fun on Twitter. I remember when I had Twitter.
Yeah.
I just love his music he made while in prison. Have you listened to that?
No.
He's trying to be as hard as possible, but someone just snuck in a Casio. There's no distortion, no pedals, just a Casio. And he's like, how do I make this black metal?
I can do that. Hold on a second. His first name, it's an alliterative name, and both of his names start with one of the rarer letters. And his first name is sort of an automatopoeia that you might make if you're throwing up in the morning after your too much Super Bowl dip.
Like V.
Like you're like that. Think about that. Think about puking up those ribs tomorrow morning.
Well, I'm guessing that his last name ends with Sen, like S-E-N.
No.
No, think of more like this.
Penis. Stop.
No, it ends with that. Ness.
Oh, kind of. Yeah.
This?
It does. You're right.
Ness.
Oh, yeah, like Varnis or something.
Yes, Varnis. Varg Vikernes, I think his name.
Varg Vikernes.
Varg Vikernes.
Yeah.
Bart Stupak.
Varg Stupak.
Varg Vikernes, you betcha.
Bart, you betcha.
And we actually have access to some of his rare prison recordings. And I shouldn't be playing this because it's a bootleg, but we're going to listen to this real quick here.
Yeah, he used that beat for sure.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Signature.
But it's black metal, so it was a little faster. It was like...
Yep.
And there's some chord changes in there that you have to remember how to... Oops, hold on a second.
The purity of the Norwegian people. We are Vikings.
It wasn't English.
Yeah. Yeah, he always ended on that.
I love that one.
That was different.
Rock over London, rock over Chicago.
And all right, I give us the gold medal for the only podcast to ever have Wesley Willis as Varg Varnus. Varg Stupak. Well, Ben, I know it's a big rib day. We don't want to take up too much of your time. You got a young man making ribs in your home. We could probably smell them. Your mouth's watering. What were you going to say, Paul? Go ahead.
We'd love to see Spencer sometime if you could let him know.
Yeah, I didn't want to hoist him.
No, don't hoist him right
but
now.
Just like just like see him.
Just send us a picture.
Send us a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in years.
And send us
decade.
one of those pants too. I'm curious to know the color.
Yeah. No, they're forest green. I really like green, but I wonder, when I was in the Detroit airport, it really strikes you how distinct the Michigan style is. I think UP is a little different, but it is like the Burzum version of the Midwestern states. Everyone's Burzumed out.
For sure.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
What else though? Let's see. We have final thoughts. Happy birthday, everyone that we talked about. I hope you're excited that this year is the 100th anniversary of Saturday Night Live. I know that you're a big fan, and I just want to shout out
Pat.
Pat and Chris Kattan.
Oh boy.
And your Po Boy.
Oh boy. That was one of Eddie Murphy's dress rehearsal characters. Cut for time.
Yeah. Shout out all the dress rehearsal, cut for time sketches. It's nice that they write basically a whole other show that they waste time and effort on doing, and they're like, we don't have time. It's live. We have to make room for friggin' Colin Quinn, who is returning to the show this season. Ben, did you hear that?
wow.
Colin Quinn is back at the update desk.
Oh yeah, I heard him and Charles Rocket, the ghost of Charles Rocket. Charles Rocket
dude.
hologram.
Yeah. Complete with ghostly stab wounds, I believe.
Yes.
Shout out. Yeah. That was a deep pull, Ben. I was impressed by that one. Thank you for that.
I have like a Rain Man sort of
Yeah.
attachment to SNL.
Well,
Okay.
shout out to all of our favorites. Charles Rocket,
Terry
Sweeney, Randy Quaid, shout out.
Randy Quaid.
A. Whitney Brown.
Dennis Quaid.
Quaid. Spencer Higgins. Ben, we should mention you do record.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
get a
I
couple
do
words in about that. What do you got coming down the pike for your music company?
Well, hey, I've slowed down a little bit because I'm doing more vinyl. It's more expensive, so I can't do many tapes. But got a few things coming up. I got this record from Dan Melchior, which is coming out in a few months. Dan, I think you'd like him. He's a very accomplished guitarist. His whole shtick is kind of like psychedelic blues.
Yeah, I would like that.
It's good stuff. I'll send some along. So I'm doing one of his records, one of his guitar albums, and then some Burzum's new.
Yeah, I actually do have a preview of you have a rare. I think Varg, he's free now, but he went back to prison to record this. in the mood. He jaywalked or whatever it is.
Is it true that you've kind of taken the helm of Blues Fest? I heard they were going to stop doing it, but with this new album, is it true that you're going to be putting on kind of more of your version of Blues Fest in Marquette?
After Warren McDonald and A. Whitney Brown kind of stepped down.
And you're stepping up.
Yeah, it's like the third Quaid brother and I.
Nice, dude.
I made it out of prison.
Burzum live at prison on Good Key Records this Monday.
Yeah. His victims.
Mr. Beast?
Stop. Ben, if I make a instrumental blues album with the Casio, will you put it out on vinyl?
I'll have to run it by Ben.
Wait, what happened? I'm sorry, you cut out for a second.
I'll run it by Spencer.
Yeah.
No.
I'll have to run it by Spencer.
Don't. Is he an investor? Or just an advisor? Okay.
A little bit of both, yeah.
Spencer's private equity has bought out Ben's record label.
Yeah. It's half business, half pleasure. A little bit of both.
All right. Well, we'll let you get to your ribs, and you and I will sit down sometime, and we'll shout out some more of the, Joe Piscopo's and Tim Kaczynski's of the world, and just have a good time. Jackie, do you have anything to say for the Super Bowl Sunday? Any well wishes?
Penis. Send us a picture of those ribs.
Yeah.
So ribs, Spencer, and pants.
Yep. And final question: you think Gronk's gonna sink that kick, or do you think he will miss the kick?
They already did the kick.
I think Gronk's gonna sink the kick.
Okay. Thank you.
Clip that.
Right.
Thank you, Ben.
You already here
Thank
first?
you, Ben.
All right. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Happy
See you
Super Bowl
later.
Sunday.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
This is Producer Paul, letting you know that you can find us at the following hashtags. Hashtag, please clap. Hashtag, Deadbad Bumpkin. Hashtag, bitch. Hashtag, Stinky Dinky. Hashtag, Drunken Pig Farmer. Hashtag, Wildcat Chop. Hashtag, Garment Scam. You can find us at the hashtag Charles Rocket, Varg Stupak, and Wesley Willis.
Stick around for the paid content over on Patreon, where we are going to remind Dan of that thing he wanted to talk about earlier.
Happy birthday, everyone.
But I'm not ready to talk about it either.